Midnight Drearies.
In the quaint town of Arkham, nestled amidst ancient woods and mysterious fog, lay a library unlike any other, the Arkham Public Library. But within its seemingly ordinary walls existed a hidden marvel, the secret library of Dean Howe. Young Andy Foster, an avid reader with an insatiable curiosity, often spent his afternoons exploring the library's labyrinthine bookshelves. One afternoon, while delving deep into the maze of knowledge, he discovered a forgotten corner, a spot he had never discovered before, and he had practically lived in that library his whole life. Entranced by its enigmatic allure, Andy ventured deeper into the recesses of the unknown area. As Andy wandered further, he realized the air around him had changed, growing thick and laden with dreams. Colors he had never seen before adorned the book's spines, and the scent of ancient parchment filled his senses. He felt as though he had stepped into a world born of forgotten fantasies. The rows extended out further than where the walls of the Arkham Public Library would have been. Wherever he wasn't in Massachusetts anymore. Andy didn't realize it, but he had been transported through multidimensional space-time reality to the secret library of Dean Howe. The library is buried deep in the subconscious minds of the psyches of the human collective and is hidden somewhere in the dreamlands. While the library can be visited by dreamers who stumble upon it or know where to find it, the library itself resides in at least 7 other dimensions to ensure its safekeeping, with the paracyber realm being at least one of these dimensions. The secret library was filled with books covering every topic in the universe, 95% of it unknown to humanity. Before he could comprehend the full extent of his surroundings, a faint whispering echoed through the aisles. The voices grew louder, and Andy turned to see ghastly figures materializing from the shadows. These wraith-like beings were the Shushas, guardians of the secret library, and they hissed angrily as they floated closer to the intruder. "Shush! Be quiet," they intoned, their voices ethereal yet commanding. Panicking, Andy stumbled backward, his heart pounding in his chest. He had unknowingly trespassed into their realm, and the Shushas were determined to silence him. His mind raced for an escape route as the creatures advanced, their spectral fingers reaching out to seize him. Barely managing to evade their grasp, Andy fled down winding corridors, the endless shelves of books blurring together in a dizzying haze. The Shushas, relentless in their pursuit, seemed to materialize from every corner, their forms ever-changing, as if fueled by the book's forgotten stories. With each step, Andy felt the dreamlands closing in on him, distorting reality. Time lost meaning as the library shifted around him, its architecture bending to the whims of the Shushas. He realized that escaping this realm would be no simple feat. As he darted down yet another shadowy passage, Andy's hand brushed against an ancient tome, the title embossed in a ghastly font, Necronomicon No. 7, Death Metal Dave's Book of the Dead. It radiated an otherworldly energy. Andy grabbed it and clutched it tightly to his chest, hoping it could aid in his escape. The Necronomicon No. 7 proved to be more than just a book. As he cracked it open, an arcane power surged through Andy's veins. Its pages flickered with images of unearthly creatures and incantations long forgotten by mortals. With newfound strength and knowledge, Andy found himself able to thwart the Shushas' advances. Andy shouts out, "In the name of Dave, by the power of metal, I bid thee be gone." And with a 1980s party rock scream of "Yee-yeah," the Shushas were overwhelmed by the sound and forced to retreat. The book pulled at Andy's grip and directed him through hidden passages and concealed chambers, enabling him to evade his spectral pursuers time and again. Andy's journey through the Dreamland Depository continued for what felt like an eternity, but the library's hold on him grew weaker with each passing moment. He realized that the Shushas were not malevolent, merely protectors of peace and quiet, ensuring a safe study environment for those seeking knowledge of things they would not teach you of in college, even at Miskatonic University. As he reached the heart of the secret library, he came face to face with their ethereal leader, the guardian of the tomes. He had a weird beard and a wild look in his eyes, like something that had escaped from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, or had just arrived from out of time from a death metal show in Billericay, Essex. That place was a hot spot popping off in the interdimensional metal scene. This ancient being had witnessed countless visitors lost in the stacks, each one disrupting the serenity of the ancient Athenaeum. Andy, armed with the knowledge of the Necronomicon and the power of metal, presented himself humbly before the Bibliotheca Binder Grinder. He pleaded for safe passage back to his own world, promising to cherish the memory of his encounter and never to reveal the secrets he had uncovered. Moved by the boy's sincerity and respect for knowledge and tasty licks, the Guardian agreed to release him from the Dreamlands. The timeless being simply nodded his approval and said only 2 words as he raised his hand in the sign of the horns. "Stay metal." The Shushas, empathically knowing their leader's decision, faded away into the shadows, allowing Andy to retrace his steps back to his world. As Andy stepped out from the hidden alcove where he had taken the wrong turn into the Dreamlands, he found himself back in the Arkham Public Library. The afternoon sun streamed through the stained glass windows, as if no time had passed at all. But the Necronomicon number 7 remained clutched tightly in his hand, a memento of his extraordinary cyclopedic cyclopean adventure. From that day forward, Andy became the keeper of a secret, a guardian of hidden knowledge. He continued to explore the Arkham Public Library but never ventured too deep into its stacks again. The memory of the Dreamlands and the Shushas lingered in his very being, reminding him of the magic that lay within the written word. And so, the secret library of Dianhal remained hidden from the world, its mysteries preserved for those who dared to seek them. And should you ever find yourself wandering the halls of an old library, remember to tread carefully, for you might just stumble upon a doorway to realms beyond imagining. The Dreamlands.